All right, hello everyone. It's Allyson Bright from Determined to Shine, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Here at Determined to Shine, we use the magic formula of creativity, spiritual connection, and community to bring forth joy and peace in our lives, especially in difficult times. I am super excited because I have a fun surprise for you today. I am here with Emilie Muñiz, and she is the creator of the Simplicity Tarot. And if you've been watching my channel, you know that I call this my BFF deck because it is the deck that I feel like I can read for, especially for other people, and like look like I totally know what I'm doing. And I don't
Slay
have,
your readings.
I don't have to run to the guidebook every time. And so I invited Emilie here to chat with us just about her approach to tarot, the deck, how she got started on this journey, and all kinds of crazy things. So thank you, Emilie, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
Hi.
All right.
Thank you for
So
having me.
yeah, absolutely. So why don't we start by just kind of introducing yourself, let people know, who you are, your vibe, etc.
Okay, well,
What you're doing with life.
what am I doing with life? Okay, so it's always kind of weird when someone talks about themselves, but I'm Emily. Everyone calls me Emmy, but I'm the creator of Simplicity Tarot. I am a pro tarot reader. I've been reading for over 20 years. I am a tarot teacher and I am a deck creator. I have a Lenormand deck that I'm working on and another tarot deck that I'm working on too.
That was a secret.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Now I'm really
Yeah.
excited. Okay.
Yes, I am.
All down.
Yes.
Awesome. So, okay, so you've been reading for 20 years.
Since
What's
like
that?
11.
Yeah, what's that been like? Tell me.
Awesome. I mean, tarot is my life. Tarot is my life. I've been reading. I started off with a coffee cup. It wasn't tarot. It was with the coffee cup. My family, we into many different kind of beliefs, faiths, religions, just everything. My mother was into spiritismo, which is like, I guess I don't even know what to call it, but it's mixed faith of Catholicism, spirituality, mysticism, Puerto Rican mysticism. I'm trying to define it because there's a lot of mix of stuff. Divination is something that is perfectly normal. And we had a lot of people that always used to come and divine for us. And someone came over, we read the coffee cup. They said, hey, come and read for us. I was like, I don't know how to do this. And it all started there. And I started reading. Then I got into tarot and then other stuff and other stuff. And it just kept going like a snowball. And that's it. Just took off. It took off. I had the gift. I always used to see stuff. I was used to really big on dreams. I finished college. I finished business with my bachelor's degree. And I said, I don't want to do anything else. I just want to keep reading. So I decided to do a business. And I've been doing this full time professionally for now 11, 12 years, full time for a living. This is all I do.
Awesome.
That's it. That's the rest is history, basically. Yep.
That's awesome.
And this is what I want to keep doing.
Right. So what do you like about tarot compared to like other systems? Like I have a lot of people who are part of the Determined to Shine community that like oracle cards, but get scared by tarot or like it's too complicated or stuff like that. So like why tarot?
I like tarot because it's specific. I mean, there's a lot of symbology with tarot, and I guess that's what is scary for some people because it's the unknown, right? When we don't know something, we fear what we don't know, right? So there's a lot of study behind it. For me, it's like a rabbit hole. It's just more of you keep diving in and dig deeper and deeper. You're gonna learn more and more and more. It's just not one set of things, and you could get really lost into it. It's a lifetime of study. It's just a lifetime of study, and it's a mystery. So I feel like not all could just be revealed in one shot, you know?
Right.
So I love it. I love hidden stuff and mystery stuff. And for me, I love all that mysticism and mystery, you know? So I've always been into that and magical stuff as a kid. So that's why I love tarot. I think Oracle, um, anybody could put whatever they want, any meaning
Mhm.
to anything. It's not very specific as the tarot is, right? Literally, there is a set meaning for each card. And then you can kind of, read what you want based on that specific set of meaning. But an oracle is not like that. Each person, you could just wing it,
Right.
And I like that there's like a study behind it. I love knowledge. I love
Sure.
opening the doors. So, yeah.
Awesome. So what made you decide to move from reader to deck creator?
Um, because I wanted to empower people through tarot. I feel that people need to be able to read for themselves for answers, right? We should be able as women, because I read for a lot of women, right? I read for 98% of my clients are women. I read for men too. People, guys, I love you. I love you. But most of my clients are women, and I like to empower women. Like, you could do this yourself too. You know, you can have your own answers, look for your own meanings, and connect with your own guides, your intuition, and find the answers yourself. You don't have to wait on somebody for your answers. You could do it your own self. And I like to empower people. And you could go to tarot for a lot of things. It's not just for predictions. You could do spellcraft with it. You could connect to your loved ones with it. You could do affirmations with it. There's a lot of things that you could do with tarot. So if you know what it means, you can open the doors to many things with it. You just got to learn what it means. And I think if you break it down, simplify things, that's all what it takes. Yeah.
Sure. So talk about, for those of you who have not watched it, I do have a walkthrough and review of this deck, which is glowing because I call it my best friend. And I'll put that link in the description box so you guys can see kind of a more complete look at it. But so for example, each card has, kind of the different symbolism that you'd find in a traditional deck, but then has these keywords on the bottom. So how did you go about like breaking this down into such a like readable system?
It was easy for me because this is how I read. I read like this. I'm a very descriptive reader.
Okay.
So when I read for someone, I'm very visual. If you're not in front of me, you're on the phone, I tell them exactly what I'm seeing.
Sure.
So they can have, it's just like I want them to understand what I'm reading. It's like I want them to learn what the cards mean. I'm not getting this just from I want them to trust me, first of all, okay? I want them to trust me. I want them to know where the information is coming from as well. And I'm dyslexic, all right? So for me, I had to break down the cards, all right? And I have a book. I have tons of books. And what I did, I added 2 keywords or 3 for each card. And that's what I did. So I started repeating these things. These are the words I used to use. So when it came to making the cards, boom, 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 it was very easy for me because this is how I read.
Sure.
And I use like compound words, and I teach my kids. So I teach my kids tarot. So it's really easy for me. Yeah.
So this is essentially the deck you would have liked when you started. This is how you learn.
Yes. It was very difficult for me. I started off with the Witch's Tarot, the one from 007. and it was a non-illustrated tarot deck. So that means you just got 5 wands there. I was like, what does this mean? What does
Right.
this mean? I went to that little white book and I was even more confused. I was like, what? I mean, I had no idea what it meant. And I would just was wishing and hoping that, I had something that told me really clearly what it meant without me feeling scared or nervous, right? Because so I wanted this type of deck. Yes, I did want to make it. I wanted a deck to make me feel safe. That's why I got it. I made it white and clear, like if we were in the clouds, and welcoming. So with my artist, that was Revi. That was something I was like, I wanted like if I'm in the clouds, Revi zenning and welcoming, and yeah, we did it. We nailed it after a while. So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So right now it's sadly out of print because you sold them all after I remember that picture with the giant tower of decks when they first got shipped to you. But this is getting published by US Games soon-ish, maybe. We aren't quite sure on the date.
I'm gonna be very surprised. I definitely signed the contract over a year ago, so it's happening.
Right.
It's happening. It's definitely so.
So what is your advice for someone who's like, I'm kind of curious about tarot or I feel drawn to it, but I don't want to learn all that. It seems really scary. Like, besides, get this deck when you can. Where do you recommend that people start, or how can they approach tarot in a way that's not so scary or intimidating?
How can they approach it? I think the first step is, yes, buy a deck. Okay, yes, buy this deck. Or you should buy, I think the right away deck is probably a Revi great deck because it's a beginner's deck. Everyone get an illustrated deck. All right. I think you should start probably with a card a day. All right. A card a day. What do I need to know? Also get basic books, easy tarot, get basic books. All right. Don't just start with these big ass spread Celtic cross. Everyone wants to just dive into the Celtic cross. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's gonna be very overwhelming for you. You're gonna get scared and overwhelmed and confused. All right. You want to start with small, simple spreads and 3 cards, maybe 2. That's it. And when you're comfortable, then you want to work more up.
Right.
You even don't go into reversals. You want to just, go into upright, all right, and just start small, pace yourself, and it's not something that is scary. I had someone ask me today, can it be dangerous? No, it's not dangerous. It's just cards. It's just cards, and you're channeling, vibrations and energy into that and information, and it's kind of revealing what that is. That's it. That is it.
Yeah. I always tell people when they're worried that tarot is evil or bad, or that, like, can a deck be good or bad or whatever, I'm like, it really at the end of the day is just cardstock.
Yeah,
And the magic comes from us and from our practice. And I have to laugh because you just told my story. Like, when I first got a deck, I like opened the guidebook and did like that Celtic cross 7-card spread. I had no idea what was going on, and then I didn't look at it again for like a year because I was like, well, that was confusing.
Yeah, like what the hell am I doing here now?
And then I was like, oh, I could just do like one card, and I've been,
what do I need to know? Okay, right. I could do this.
Yeah. And I've been reading, pretty regularly now for a year or so, and I'm finally getting to that point where I feel like I'm really starting to like know it without having to refer. But I still am always checking myself. But that's what I loved about this deck. Was I had a friend ask me to do a reading for her, and I was like, okay, I can do it, and like I did, and it was great, and I was so excited because I totally understood exactly what the cards were saying because of the way that you designed the deck with the images and especially the keywords on there, because it's just enough to give me that spark to like take
Yeah.
my intuition further with the rest of it.
And that was the point. I didn't want to make it too overwhelming. You know, I do events. I do events for people who's trying to buy decks, right?
Mhm.
And people will come up to us. All the time. Oh, I want to buy tarot. I'm so interested, but I'm scared. And our whole mission was to sell decks. And we were like, Emily, you gotta make a deck. I'm gonna make a deck, you know, like I was like, because it's not, then we had to explain, you know, how it's not. And keywords are so helpful. And, you know, advanced readers, oh no, I don't need them. Okay, we understand that, but this next thing for you then. All right. So let's get
Sure.
out of there. But there's a lot of people that want to know how to read. And this is the deck for you then. This is the deck that will take you there, you know. This is the and in the guidebook also you have the upright and the reversals as well. So when you're ready, you know, to get to reversals, it will take you to the next steps
Sure.
as well, you know? Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So one of my favorite learning resources is your Facebook group. So for
Yeah.
everyone watching, Emily runs a Facebook group that's free to join, and she has all these like fantastic exercises that make you think in different ways. So tell everyone a little bit about like why you started the group and the kind of stuff you do in there.
So it's Facebook group slash learn tarot and divination. And it's Facebook groups to is a community for people to learn easy, simple ways to, you know, help you practice with other people and simple ways to build your confidence to learn tarot and divination. And there's different forms of divination as well, and learn the misconceptions of tarot and divination and practices, you know, practices that I wish I had.
Mhm.
Um, when I was learning how to read, like everyday life things, right? Like questions, like I'm drawing two cards, all right? And the question was, where is this person's keys, right? And you were like, oh my God, wait a minute. You know, if something was lost, it makes you really think outside the box. So, what does the moon card represent? And Ron was looking for the keys. Okay, so that's probably something in the dark, right? So it's gonna make you think outside the box of what you will normally think, you know, so you learn how to use it in practical everyday life. So every day there's a different exercise, and it helps you with that. So it's really cool. It's really fun. It's a safe place as well because there are people that can't openly say they want to learn divination, you know, because of their religion or family and friends, you know, they don't want to say they are into tarot divination. So this is your safe home. And this is why I built it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I will have the link to the group in the description box. And like I said, I'm a member. I love it there. One of my favorites is when you post a celebrity and ask which card
Yes.
personifies that celebrity. And it's a very interesting thing because you're kind of like, huh, you know, and I remember the first couple of times I was like, I don't want to guess because what if I guess wrong? And I'm like, oh, there's not actually like a right answer.
Yeah, this
But
is your
it's
perception.
right. But it
Yeah.
starts a really neat conversation, you
Mhm.
know, because someone will say like, oh, Queen of Swords, because that person's so intellectual and like really
Mhm.
powerful. And then someone else will be like, no, it's the Emperor because like, you know, like,
And that's why I made the group. Like, it's not just a tarot group. Like, just post your cards and tell me what this means. No, you're gonna post your cards and say what you think it means first, and we're gonna give you feedback and what we think it means. So
mhm,
it pushes you out of your kind of comfort zone to translate it first, because there is no wrong answer. And then we're gonna also give you our feedback on what we think, and it's gonna help you learn and interact with other people and build community. You know. And
yeah.
that's what's pretty cool about
It's
it.
a really neat group. And I mean, like everybody knows who watches my channel that I am a deck collector and I love decks. But what I love about your group is that I learn how to use them and I get myself thinking, right? Whereas some of the other tarot groups I'm in on Facebook, like all we do is show off decks, and that's fun. I have lots. I know you have lots too.
Yes.
But it's nice to like use the tools we have, right? Like instead of just like, especially as an artist, sometimes I just like want to hold them.
Yeah, let's put these bad boys to use, like,
but
yeah.
that is the point.
Mhm.
Awesome. So what do you say to those people too who are interested in tarot but like have that fear that comes from some sort of religious background, or a family member told them it was bad or stuff like that?
Oh man. It's funny because my mom always used to mom, I love you, mom. So sometimes she would change face, like say, we got into this cool phase where we were playing Ouija board together. So that was like this awesome, doing misas and stuff together. But then she converted once, and she broke all my tarot cards.
Oh, sad.
Got new ones, but I mean, so I did have to sometimes hide it until she converted back, but it doesn't matter. But if you outside your comfort zone, I understand. I mean, I remember. I would say online is a really good source, and join communities, right? I understand, right? But I feel like tarot, I don't think it's evil. I don't feel that it's something that could harm you. I feel like it's all about your intention, and it channels your intention, and it's your energetic tool and how you use it. Just like anything else in this world. And it operates over your vibrations. And it matters how and what you do with it. That's it. You know? And I think join communities outside online. I think it's right now the thing right now, right? Because we in COVID season, we can't really physically get with people anyway. But
Yeah.
I've grown so much with people I've met online, and they're my allies, my friends,
Yeah.
and I love my little online community. And it's a great place to meet people, and in secret, that is sacred. Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I want to give you a chance to tell people about, depending on when you guys are watching this video, but if you're watching it soon, Emily has a free masterclass coming up on Friday. I will be attending, so you can join me because I'm excited to learn. But tell us about that class and what you're going to be teaching.
So this Friday and probably ongoing, I'm going to be doing different master classes. So even if you see this later on, it will probably link you to another master class that I'm doing. So that'll be awesome. I'm doing a tarot with timing masterclass because the number one question I get is, when will this happen? And it's totally possible with the tarot. I think it's a question that a lot of people don't know how to answer, and I feel that it's totally possible. There's a lot of several ways how to answer and predict when something will happen with the tarot time frames, and I'm going to be giving a free masterclass with it this Friday, and it's going to be so awesome. Like after this masterclass, you're going to come out knowing how to predict when something will happen comfortably with the tarot cards. So, and easily too, because I don't like making things complicated. I'm a person about simplicity. I don't like counting stuff. I don't like that. I get nervous and anxiety when things get too complicated. I'm a person, I do so many readings a day for people. I do a lot. And my clients want to know when some shit is going to happen, and they want to know now. I don't have time for all of that. So I'm going to teach you my methods on how to predict timing with tarot. And if you join it, you're going to learn that simply. That's it. And it's free. So sign up the link below. Up. I don't know.
Yes, it will be below. And I'll have a link to like your website. So if people are watching this later, they'll have a way to like connect with you. And you have your own YouTube channel as well. So we'll get all the ways to find Emily.
I love teaching tarot. It's my passion, and I just like helping people and empowering them how to work with the tarot. It's like I love doing it, and just it makes me happy. It really does. Yeah. It's like I see like little me's and yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. I love that. Well, like I said, this deck has definitely helped me grow my own confidence, and it was
Yeah.
really exciting to do that first reading where, because I've done readings for other people, but where I've been like, okay, me and the guidebook are like sitting here and like we're like playing with a deck versus like, oh, I'm going to do a reading for someone. And so that was really exciting to have a deck that I could confidently read with.
That was my whole point. I was like, okay, I want to kind of revamp the Right Away because it's old, you know. So I was like, I want to make kind of this new refreshing version of it. I want to take the tower, make it a little nicer, and take I also want to make it diverse, okay?
Yeah,
Because I felt like diversity was something we need to do. And
absolutely.
and also put keywords, but not make it like cluttered where it's too much and overwhelming. And I was like, okay, let me see if I could do this. And Simplicity Tarot came in. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy it worked a few. I
Yes,
was like,
I was
it
so
worked.
excited. I feel like
It
I
worked.
remember like the first thing I did after I finished that reading, I like messaged you and I'm like, I did it with
Yeah. And
your deck.
the easiest way to do is like compound words. That's how I was teaching my kids because they're my test dummies. Like, I told my teenager, I was like, go ahead, Starling, take out a few cards. She was like, what do I have to do? I was like, just wing it, just wing it, just see what happens, just ask any question.
Sure.
And she put 2 or 3 cards, and she was going through the keywords and just putting them together like a sentence and compound words, and it just bridged together. I was like, it works, it's alive, it's alive. Like, I was like, yes, yes. So it does work. And the point was that anybody could pick it up and read with it instantly. That's it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question is, so every time I do a reading, I still like after I lay it out and look at it, I'm like, how did it do this? How did it know? When they like really land and you're just like, oh, like, do you ever get immune to that magical feeling of like, holy crap, this really works? Like, or does it still amaze you?
It always amazes me. I think I was going to talk about how to become a confident reader. um it amazes me because sometimes we just do the reading just to confirm something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have you ever done a reading that you just know what's gonna happen on the cards and you're like, Papa, oh my, it's there, like wow. And it's that confirmation, and it's like, wow, I can't believe that came out like that. And I take pictures. Like I
Yeah,
got my phone is just filled with my readings and just don't tell anybody. I'm like, wow,
no, mine
it
is
did come out.
too.
I have my journals. 10 years ago, I have all my journals. So I'm like a little junkie, just all my journals with like stars and moons. And no, it always amazed me. And I look back, I would say my best tip for a newbie is journal. I mean, journal your readings. I mean, sometimes we don't want to write things down. Okay, use your phone. But journal your readings, because when you go back to them with dates, you going to see if they work, they're not, and you're going to start refining them, right? So I feel everyone's reading is more personal to them, right? What the Two of Wands means to me can mean something different to someone, more or less. And you're going to see how a certain event happened in your life and how it means to you more specifically.
Sure.
And I think that's what makes it so intimate and personal. And that's why I call the tarot my best friend. So it was my guide. Like in high school, everyone would be like, yo, Emmy was the one with the cards, 'cause in junior high school, she was the girl always with those cards, like
Right?
I have all the people from like junior high school hit me up. Like still when they had problems, I'm the one that they hit up. It was like, I was searching for you. I was like, I'm the chick. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but you didn't talk to me before, like
I was gonna say you couldn't be like, here's my website and my rates. Like,
I did. They're like, I would like you to bless these cards, for my daughter now, like going away. I'm like, oh, of course I will. It's like, so it's a pretty neat thing. I mean, just stick to what you love, no matter how weird you are and how different you are. If you love it, just stick to it. It's a calling. And I think if you're drawn to it, you should just do it. You don't have to wait for anybody to give you a deck. Just go for it. Right? Just go for it. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It's always fun to
welcome.
chat with you, but it's fun to chat with you in front of everyone.
I know, right? It's like, I just like talking, so
yeah, I do
just
too.
this
That's not
close.
we,
It's like so close and it's so clear.
that's why we work as friends.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Well, hello. Well, I don't know what that word was. Anyway.
Aloha.
Aloha. We're going to Hawaii now. Oh, I wish. Oh, well, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this chat, and I will have all the links for Emilie's Facebook group and her website and her masterclass, and all of those things will be in the description box, along with, of course, the link to my other review of her deck. And so if you have any questions for her, for me, just comment and we will find a way to get back to you. But I hope to see you in her Facebook group or at the masterclass. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, just let your magic come out and don't be afraid to be determined to shine, right?
That's
what
right.
It's all about. That's what it's all
Can't
about.
wait to see you all. And thank you so much, for having me. And I love this. Thank you. Thank you for vibing me. You make my nights.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, everyone. Well, have a great day, night, week, morning, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. And I will see you next time. Of course, if you liked this video, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, all the YouTube things. You know what to do. And until then, I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Okay.